Right, band presto. Hello, everybody. My name is Elemist,
And I'm High Roller JC.
and today we're going to be running SD Gundam Sengokushi Rainbow Tiraku Senkai, also known as SD Gundam Rainbow Wars, and providing some commentary overlay about the strategies and things we've learned. This is a running gun style game, Gundam game released by Band Presto in 1993.
The SD stands for Super Deformed, and this is one of 3 games released in the SD arcade series.
You know, my favorite Gundam series is actually G Gundam. I know that's not a super popular choice, but I just felt like I got to hit him with the Neo Holland Hurricane Gundam when I had the chance.
Nobody's gonna get that. Or truly nobody,
There's got to be somebody out there, please. You know, this is
I guess.
this is a lovely little game. Honestly, it's only about 10 minutes long, and it's got some RNG and some predictable skill-based execution, some platforming. It's really a great time. We'd love for some other runners to join us
Please do.
in developing the later stage platforming and boss kill strategies. Truth be told, we're just not that great at the platforming yet. If you like old arcade games, you should check it out. Give it a try. So one last thing, we run old arcade games, and we're on a quest to speedrun every single arcade game in the main project. So if that sounds at all interesting to you, and you enjoy this run, please also check out our YouTube channel. It would mean a lot to us. Let's get going. Yeah, let's get it done. Here we go. All right, that was pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right, you got to jam that level right at the start.
Yep, gotta move to the right as you spawn so that you fall further into the level and not just drop straight down. You gotta hop here so that you get some of the people that drop down out of the sky and pop out of the background.
So you might notice these items bouncing around. There are actually 4 different weapon power-ups. The ones that are best for this first boss are 2 iterations of the homing rocket. Otherwise, you have to do a weird jumping pattern to hit them.
Yup, and it also lets the person that moves forward far enough to trigger the boss shoot him, still hit him when you turn around to walk back, so you don't get stepped on.
So you can just drive this thing down the whole way, but there's strategic placement of the second player to make sure that you don't pick up any of the rando spawns.
Yup, and you gotta watch out for that guy because he'll jump out of the back if you're too far back in the level. And also, people sometimes shoot lasers that you'll jump into. That can slow you down.
So there are 4 types of, we talked about it earlier, there are 4 weapons. There's homing rockets, lasers, scatter shot, and regular straight missile shot.
The laser shows up as a B, I guess for beam.
We've done some testing on this first boss. The fastest weapon is the laser.
Yeah, the homing really is the least damage. It does a lot of damage, but the main thing is that it shoots slowly, so if you miss, it's really bad, so it's only good on stationary targets, or it's best on stationary targets.
Also, the jumping, platforming part before that boss, having a missile launcher makes it more consistent.
Yep, the missile launcher lets you hit people without having to really aim for it, and sometimes they'll like jump up into you or do some weird stuff if they don't die soon enough, so it's really beneficial. And we tried some strategy trying to jump over this guy sometimes, but usually if you have any weapon upgrade, it's better just to kill the swamp monster.
Proper positioning here is between these 2 trees in the background.
Yep, he moves forward and shoots, but somehow he doesn't hit between there. So it can be a little finicky getting the positioning right on where to lay down, but it seems to work just about every time.
Also for that boss, laser is the best weapon.
Yup. He doesn't move, he's in one spot, so you just lay down and hit him with the laser, he goes down very quickly. And you have to watch out for that guy.
Yeah, watch out for that.
If you're too far or too far up, too far back, one of you is going down.
Yep, we grouped up. We grouped up specifically there to avoid his laser shot.
And once you get to the end, you want to fall to the left so that you don't have to move as much for the boss, although there's plenty of time to move around if you don't.
There is a safe spot to hide.
Yep, directly underneath him. Again, I think the beam is probably the best one here, or the laser, because, you know, he doesn't do too much moving. But it's not really... I'm not certain on that because you don't get the laser here too often.
You can duck under his shots when his hands extend.
Yeah, it's ugly. Yep. Sometimes they run into the wall and they don't extend as far, and that sort of throws that off. But if he's more in the middle, you can easily lay down and not be hit.
All right, Calamity Road. I love this level. It's nice and straightforward.
Lots of elevator rides. Yeah, I think it's Thankfully, this is one game where the elevator boss is not a problem. Two spread might do okay.
Ah, that's right. We pick up the spread so we can fight the fire verm.
Yep, you'll see the fire verm. It's an interesting boss. It's one of the most random bosses in the game because it spawns somewhere that you're not, so wherever you are kind of randomizes the spawn. And the spread shot is vastly easier because of where the spawn is and where he moves. If you just aim up and shoot, you'll get him a lot easier with the spread gun. And also, you might have seen us laying down there because there's an enemy that spawns on the side that shoots across and can get both of you if you don't either lay down or slow enough that he doesn't shoot before he gets killed.
Also, do not show up to the fire verm with a laser. You will fail.
Oh man, the likelihood of hitting is so low, and it just doesn't seem to do anything.
No, it's bad. It's not good enough. With the two-player, it's best with one person doing initial shooting to the right and the other person shooting up.
Nice. Yep, and you can aim diagonal to move over so that you can shoot up and shoot the enemies before they come out, so you can shoot the ship as well. But if you do it wrong, the enemies will drop down and kill you without you being able to do anything, and that will very much slow you down.
But now is when we get to the point in the run where I have to tell the audience, truthfully, that they can probably take a nap. Because we got at least 40 or 50 seconds here where we have like a boring on-rails, fly around on the back of a ship section.
Yep. You just sort of lay down, don't do much. If you get the homing bullets, you can just sort of lay down and you never really have to worry about anything until the mini-boss shows up. If you don't, sometimes those missiles will kill one or both of you. But they can also, it's sort of random where they spawn as well. The missiles, sometimes they'll shoot through your rockets, sometimes they'll shoot above you, sometimes they'll hit you. Oh, that's not you there with 3? I guess those are jets, not rockets, but whatever. Fair enough.
Yeah, one of them is like the NATO jet and the other is the communist jet, so you know. Oh, sorry, not NATO. No.
Stop shooting.
Yeah, I don't know who they would be. The SDs.
So for this boss, having the homing rockets is easily the best option.
Yup, it's extremely hard to shoot the top gun because it has to be angled all the way down for you to hit it easily. And if it's not, it's very easy to miss it. But the homing weapon seems to randomly hit sometimes even if it doesn't shoot it, which is amazing.
Once you get the homing rocket, though, there is a safe space and you destroy the bottom laser. There is a safe space to lay down that you just saw me do there, and where you can just hold down the trigger and, you know, even out the boss's health bar to 0.
Yep, just a little laying on the trigger and not doing anything sometimes will let you win. It looks pretty similar to the normal shot, but
yeah,
slightly.
it wasn't until I put them next to each other that I was like,
The reality is that there's a lot that can go wrong, like a lot that can go wrong in this run, and but there is a perfect run out there. I know it.
Yeah, because the the weapon spawns don't always spawn the same thing or exactly in the same spot, depending on how quickly or slowly you move through the level. But that can throw a lot of randomness into what could otherwise be a very easy route.
And then if you die, you know, during a boss and you lose the type of weapon that's really necessary to min-max that boss, you know, you're setting yourself back 20 or 30 seconds easy.
Yeah, easily several seconds.
And it's only a 10, 11 minute run.
Yeah, which is huge by the end of it. There's a lot of little things you can do to save time, and there's a lot of things that can easily cut that time right out and make it useless.
You'll see here, we absolutely trashed this guy.
Nice.
Yep, the 2 homing things are amazing on any boss that moves, because when you miss, you do no damage. So even if the homing weapons do slightly less damage than all the other weapons, if they hit more, it doesn't matter that they do less damage.
Every
And
weapon,
we hate this area.
yeah, every weapon has 2 upgrade levels, and you know, as you collect, you have to collect the same letter to get the level 2.
Same power up twice, or the M, you only need to get 1 because that's the weapon you start with. I guess it's machine gun. So you can crawl under the fire if you don't shoot, because you can't shoot and move. But it's so like frame perfect. It doesn't seem to be worth it. It's faster, or at least easier, just to jump across.
There is a min-max strategy through there. We have yet to figure it out, but we will. Homing rockets are best on this guy again.
Yep, because again, if he moves a lot and if you don't have to aim, it's amazing versus trying to hit him with something that does more damage. Somebody might be out there that can hit him with every shot with like a laser or something that kills him faster, but not me yet.
We have not min-maxed this one quite yet. And what is determining who...
It can also be extremely difficult to figure out which of these models are in the foreground and which are in the background. They seem to be on the bottom, they're in the background usually, and then they come back in the top and the foreground. But it can be easy to miss that.
These guys are interesting that they only appear to actually fight you if you shoot them. So if you just kind of walk. Alright.
You destroy the plates, it can pop out a weapon that will destroy the second player that's behind you.
So spread gun seems to be highly effective here. You can aim down diagonal and shoot and run, but unfortunately, you have to run while you do. You can't stand still, which means that you inevitably run into the flamethrowers along the bottom when they activate. But it's really the best way to destroy them, so homing might be the best, but we're not entirely sure.
Yeah, this is a very strange thing. We haven't worked out a solid strategy on it yet. Between the walking back and forth and the strange diagonals to hit the enemy. And this guy has a sort of a safe spot underneath his right boot, but it can be hard to get it right in the time you have before he starts shooting.
All right, and down he goes.
Oh, got him.
Screw him.
Even if he also got us.
Take that. There we go,
Hell yeah.
guys. Nice.
Got him and his ship.
We made it look so simple.
Black Dragon? I don't think so.
And there we have it. Let's roll cut.
It wasn't the best ever, but I'm pretty satisfied.
Yeah, we did okay.
There are definitely places you can min-max the guns you get. And, you know, min-max the jumping section and that running section with the lasers on the ground.
And if anybody can min-max the ship section, they're leagues ahead of us.
And here we have it. The end of SD Gundam Rainbow War.
End of SD Gundam Rainbow Wars.
Ha!
Check out our YouTube.
And here are the wonderful people that worked on it.
See you
Hell
next
yeah.
time. Can't wait
Peace.
to speedrun
Gotta
again
give a
for you.
shout out to them for putting together such a great game.
Thank you all so much for watching. Again, this has been Elemist and High Warlord JC. Thanks to Felipe and DBCade for inviting us to ASF this year. It's been awesome. Shout out to all the other arcade runners that make speedrunning arcade games so much fun. Jake Rock, Space Ghost Gaming, Hostile, Manticore, and all the others. See y'all next year. Peace.